Hello there guys and welcome to Wednesday night. Yes, that is correct, it is Wednesday. It is the middle of the week. Good evening or good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you're watching the stream guys. And yes, it is the legendary Hoppers in the commentary box for the Eldar British Touring Car Championship, sponsored by Chell, Lawman, Motorsport. Thank you for your kind sponsorship. And yes, it is going to be an action-packed night of races. We've got sprint race and we've got the feature race as well. If anything goes by Bronze Hatch the last time out, it seemed to be a very close and probably amazing action. And yes, we are here at Largo on the East Coast, just somewhere in Italy, no idea where, but the touring cars have made it across quite a lot of water and potentially a lot of countries to go and visit Italy. So yes, we are looking forward to seeing exactly what is going to happen this evening for another adventure of the British Touring Car Championship. Obviously they're all retro paint schemes, and I will go through obviously what is going to be happening this evening. So we do have a sprint race, which will be, I think it's about, if I remember rightly, it is 15 laps sprint race. Then we do have the 30 lap feature race, which will be coming later on. The feature race will be featuring a lot of things. That's Craig Thomas spins out of one of the turns there. I think he's struggling to adapt with the weight he's got in the machine in his Peugeot at the moment. But obviously, yes, it is going to be close. I'll go through who's carrying what weight, and also, if we get a chance before we start, we'll go through the points as well, and the ones to, what I reckon the ones to watch for this evening. It seems it's going to be very close and probably exciting as well. So yeah, if you've just joined us on YouTube, welcome. I hope you're going to enjoy the action tonight, because you do not want to miss this. It seems that last week, as I say, Bronze Hatch, it was very close and it was exciting as well. It was probably close battles, because we did have obviously quite some very much tense sort of battles galore going on between certain drivers, and some cars were obviously pushing on and trying to escape up the road, if you will. And you know, Gareth Morris got pole position for race 1, the sprint race, won that by a comfortable mile, and then obviously race 2 he was towards the back. So it seems there's a lot of interest to see what will happen within this evening. So I'll go through the weight, who's carrying what and who is here. So, and I'll tell you exactly how I think it plays down. So obviously carrying maximum ballast is Scott Dalby in the Nissan Primera, the Team Dynamics machine. Currently sat in pit lane, he's on 110%, which is kind of the heaviest weight he can carry, which seems to be very much a bit of a challenge for him. He seems to be openly said he's kind of going to have to get used to it, because it is going to be variable throughout the season, it seems. Then you have obviously Damien Black. I think Damien Black isn't here at the moment. He's actually on 108%, so that's kind of a bit more relaxed, but not as heavy as first place. Then you have Gareth Morris, who's currently on stream in the Audi. So Damien Black is in the Mince Motorsport Vauxhall Cavalier livery. Obviously, we've got the Audi A4 of Gareth Morris on 106%. That's going to be kind of almost a bit 2% less than obviously 108, and probably a bit more than everyone else. Then we have Panos Godgift John, currently in the DC Cook sponsored Renault Laguna, the independent one from 98. He's on 104, which seems to be quite a lot of a challenge. Base weight, it's obviously going to be maybe hampering him down some of the corners. We do have Nick Sargent standing in for Darren Baldwin again in the Honda Accord from 98, the James Thompson Mobile. on 102, then Adam Morgan, not touring car star Adam Morgan, it is the Welsh touring car star, if you want to put it politely. He's currently in the wrong livery again. He's meant to be in the Arena Motorsport Laguna. I think he's meant to be, I don't know whether he's aware of that, but I'm sure he will be. He's on 101. Then you have Bogdanovic Vladman, currently setting the pace in the Vauxhall Vectra at the moment, on 100. Then Brian Moncani in the GoldenEye Vena Oils BMW, both on 100. Same with Lee Fitzy and Nave Fletch. So Nave Fletch is in the Renault Laguna. I believe that's the 96 paint scheme, if I remember rightly. I could be wrong, but it looks like the 96 liveried. Then you have obviously Lee Fitzy in the Rapid Fit Ford Mondeo. Currently, as I say, he's on a 100 base weight. Then you have Andy White, who's in the Toyota Carina, the independent Carina, I believe. Currently on 99% base weight. They're all on pretty much the weight they went from the finishing positions. Then you've got Pokovic, wherever he is here in the Alfa Romeo, the 94, 95 livery, on 98%. Then you've got Dean Atkinson on 97, I believe he's here. I'm not too sure whether he is in the Nissan Primera, the 98, 99 liveried. He's on 97. Then you've got Craig Thomas, who currently is struggling with hauling a lot of 96% weight behind in that Peugeot 406 ESO Ultron Mobile, and then making his series debut this evening after missing out at bronze hatch is Chris Wheatley in the Rocket Cargo Honda Accord. So it's going to be action packed, it is going to be great, it is going to be absolutely amazing, and yes, it is going to be class. I'm just going to drop Adam Morgan a message just to ask him if he's in the right livery. So yes, good evening Mr. Ostler, how's it going? Nice to see you in stream, my friend. But it is going to be amazing action. We do have 15 laps of a sprint race. The only tyre can be used for that is the Super Softs, nothing else. If you use anything else, then it's obviously a disqualification. If I remember rightly, Pokovic used the mediums throughout race 1 at Brands Hatch, so he ultimately got disqualified for race number 1. And then obviously in the feature race, you will be up to 15 minutes, whether it's on the Super Softs or the mediums, so depending on what you tend to use, you have to run for 15 minutes. So obviously probably up to lap 15, if you on the Super Softs, then you have to go in for the last 15 to use the mediums. So it's going to be a lot of interest here for this evening. So it is going to be probably a lot of weight to be, especially with a lot of weight, the 110% weight of Scott Dalby. He's going to probably be crucifying his thing, but it should be very it's going to be very crucial, put it that way, just to see what's exactly happening. Who knows what's going to happen for this evening. There's going to be a lot of things, obviously, especially with the weight. You know, the likes of Scott Dalby and the Team Dynamics Nissan Primera looking at 110% around it will probably hurt him off the start. Obviously, you know, it will be standing starts for both grids, so the feature race will be reversed, but it will be the feature race is reversed of race 1 results. So if you finish last, you're on pole position. Obviously, qualifying determines the grid for the sprint race, so it will be a 10-minute qualifying session for these guys for the sprint race, and it's going to be absolutely epic. So let us know in the comments, guys, who you think is going to win this evening, or let us know what you think. And if you'd like to join Eldar Sim, let us know. Well, obviously send us a request on Facebook, and one of the admins will get back to you. We do cater for all abilities of racing. You don't have to be really good at racing. You can start from the bottom and work your way up. You know, everyone's a rookie somewhere in life, but it's going to be fantastic. Obviously tonight, the ones to watch for me personally is see how Scott Dalby gets on, because obviously carrying that big massive weight, you know, it's like having probably Matt Neal sat next to him in that car as well, just to put it politely. And obviously it's going to be a lot. It may hamper him in qualifying, it may hamper him in the first race. Obviously the sprint race is going to be amazing. Yeah, I think so, mate. I think so, Darren, to be honest. It's going to be close. It's going to be amazing to see how well they do. Yeah, because obviously they're carrying fuel, which is going to be carrying a lot more weight than they think they're going to be carrying. And, you know, it's obviously themselves, obviously the car itself, and it may hamper more tyre degradation as well. If you remember, the super softs may wear more, but it's going to be probably one of them. I like your style though, Darren. I like your style. Darren's going for Nick will win the sprint race, and Andy White will win the feature. But I'll be honest with you, that's a good, bold prediction. Not, pardon the pun, by the way. But you know, it's quite a very interesting prediction. Good evening, Mr. Ismail. How are you? Nice to see you again, my friend. Not seen you for a while. Hope everything's going well. But yes, there is a lot of content going to be happening. You know, getting contact around here is going to be a bit strange, because Brands Hatch was providing a bit action-packed, and I think around here at Largo is going to be even better. Obviously going into turn number one is a left-hand bend, and then straight into a right-hand hairpin. So it's kind of going to be a bit more battles galore. Good evening, Mr. Brucey Collins. How's it going? Nice to see you in stream. But yeah, it's going to be very close this evening, I think. Certain battles galore. I hope there's a lot of people going to be pushing on. I don't know whether Adam knows he's still in the wrong livery, but you know, we'll soon find out. But it's going to be great to see exactly what's going to happen. We'll just see how well people are going to go. We'll just test a few things just to see if lads got any issues. Seems to be leaving the pit lane fine in his Master Victor box of Vetra. exactly is going to happen. Obviously, I think at the moment Pokovic is actually decided to leave the lobby at the moment, but maybe he'll come back. Give me 1 second, guys, just for a minute. So let's see what is going to happen tonight for the Chell British Supercars Championship, brought to you by Sim Racing. It is nice to see people enjoying the stream. I'm just checking what's going to happen for this evening. Who knows? So we're just obviously going to sort something out, because it appears there is a glitch again, which is kind of frustrating, but never mind, it will just give us a few seconds just to get everything right. So just give us a few moments. It's a bit warm. Quite a few guys now to just obviously just try and sort things out, because we did have a few issues last week, but we should be good. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen. Hey Scott, who put a fish tank in your boot? That was probably the series organiser, mate. And the plan of action is to keep it clean, look after the tyres and take advantage of any offs by other drivers. Super tough though, but fun night ahead. You're exactly, mate, it's exactly what you need. You know, it's going to be very close to see exactly what is going to happen this evening for you guys, but completely swear it's going to be class regardless. I'm sure you'll do very well. As I say, I've got faith in every single one of you. See exactly what's going to happen. Looking forward to this, and I have been all day to be fair. It's going to be amazing. So we'll see exactly what is going to happen. Quite a few cars out on track at the moment. Craig Thomas currently serving a penalty. Obviously, if you get a penalty in the races, it is advised you take them on the lap you get. Otherwise, it will go against your lap time, and it can double if you're not very careful, especially around here. So we'll go on board with the Peugeot 406 going into turn number 1. It is obviously a left-hand bend, and then slight into a hairpin, well, sort of a hairpin right, and then obviously where it breaks off to the right going down the hill, we are going towards Toyota tyres, which is a key overtaking part around here, and obviously down the rise, down towards what is going to be known as Mobile or GoPro, depending on how you want to feel, but it's obviously no corner names here, but we'll do what we can. Obviously Craig goes a bit onto the curb there, which sets him up for a good line. He's got Adam Morgan ahead of him, obviously seems to be pushing on with the weight. It seems that going into Toyota tyres here, the chicane, and then under the bridge may set him up for a good lap time here, because he's purple in that sector. And then obviously into the latter half, so into the Hancock hairpin is what we're going to call it. Then obviously down the rise and across the start finish line to start another lap, so that will put him around here, it looks at the moment. Then he's about to cross the line, goes fastest in practice with 117.7, so yes, it is going to be amazing to see what these guys are going to be like. We'll see exactly what is going to happen. But hopefully we'll try and get a few of the guys to see what happens with Gareth Morris here in the Audi A4. The A4 Quattro, the front peeler machine from '96. Probably Audi's only British Touring Car champion, within the rights of obviously front peeler and obviously John Bincliffe during '96 and obviously '97, and then it was taken over instead of a four-wheel drive format, it went two-wheel drive as of '98, and it was the last season for the A4 and British Touring Cars, and it had obviously John Bincliffe and Frenchman Yvan Muller taking the reins of the two-wheel format for '98. Obviously '98 was obviously the last hurrah for obviously Audi and of course Peugeot, British Touring Cars, and they never came back as manufacturers ever since. So it is going to be amazing. Obviously, Nate Fletch going into the downhill section now, into the sweeping bends, so we'll see what he can do in the Renault Laguna. Actually, he's actually crossing the start-finish line, I beg your pardon. So he's still 7th at the moment in practice. Chris Wheatley actually now goes fastest with a 117.4. So quite the Welsh lads are trying to probably obviously push on quite a bit. Obviously Craig's trying to get the A4 or the Peugeot 406 behind Adam Morgan. I don't know whether Adam actually knows he's actually in the wrong livery, but hey ho, never mind, we'll see exactly what's going to happen. You've got Andy White in the 888 Toyota Carino, still 3rd at the moment in practice. So you can see Craig trying to get a time there. They're all sort of going to be, that's the key round here. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen. Chris Wheatley goes still 1st, then you got obviously Vlad trying to push on. Obviously he's, according to what Craig is saying, I can see him on stream. Atkinson actually is entering the lobby, so Gareth Morris is just sat there at the moment. See exactly what's going to happen. I was just sorting out, just making sure someone was going to be in the correct livery, so if not, then I do apologise to that person. So, you know, it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what is going to happen. Obviously, you know, 10-minute qualifying, 15-minute sprint race, and obviously a 30-lap feature. 30-lap feature is probably going to be quite substantial for some of these guys. you know, especially being on the super softs, so we'll see exactly what is going to happen. So I think at the moment it's going to be very close to see how well I think people go. Obviously you've got the Nissan Primera of Dean Atkinson at the moment, the 22 numbered. Obviously Nissan won the British Touring Car Championship in 99 rather, with Frenchman Roland Aiello. I can't pronounce that, it's very difficult being French. But he won Nissan's touring car title, and in their last full season British Touring Cars in 99. Just a bit of facts about that car. Obviously it was driven by Anthony Reid and the late David Leslie in 98. David Leslie was actually retained by Nissan for 99 and finished runner-up. Obviously notorious, having quite a few victories in that season. There's obviously Vladman's Vauxhall Vectra was used by John Cleland and Derek Warwick in 98. Famously, there was a couple of wins between obviously John Cleland and of course Derek Warwick. Derek Warwick notoriously won at Knockhill in the pouring rain. So it seems that John Cleland took a win at, I believe he took a win at Donington Park in the early stages of the 98 touring cars. So got Chris Whitley in the Rocket Cargo Honda Accord, known for, I think it was actually Lee Brooks and Rob Gravitt that took it to Bathurst for the Bathurst 1000 Super Touring in 98. Then it was used by Rob Gravitt in 97, I believe, and 98 in the Independence Championship. So we've got Bokovic in the 95 liveried Alfa Romeo, driven by Gabriele Tarquini and I believe Derek Warwick, and I think Giampiero Simoni, the other Italian, raced in Alphas in 95 for them. So it's quite a lot of cars. Obviously the favourite one, Ford Mondeo, with Lee Fitzy beyond the wheel. Obviously the 99 and 2000 period livery, with obviously switch driver Alan Manu and Scotsman Anthony Reid in 99, but then in 2000 it was also Anthony Reid and Alan Manu with Sweden's Rickard Rydell, trying to aim for the last hurrah of the Super Touring era, with Ford winning not only the manufacturers, but they were also champions, with Alan Manu winning second championship to date. So yeah, there's quite a lot of interest. Obviously no flex goes a bit wide, and we've got Brian Mulcahy in the 95 BMW David Brabham machine. I believe that's exactly the car that was won the BMW 95, the 3 Series. So yeah, it's going to be very close this evening. Just a bit of facts about the touring cars that you've seen on screen. Obviously they're all based Mazda attenders, but because we are doing British Touring Cars, we are going to call them by their car livery. Sadly there's no Volvo S40, which is a bit of a shame, but never mind. We do have quite a lot of drivers this evening. Obviously Craig Thomas in the 97 and 98 SO Ultron livery, my favourite all-time livery, the Peugeot 406. Purely because it was golden green, it looked absolutely epic. Never seen it on track, but Craig struggles to get out of pit lane, probably with that weight, trying to push on quite a bit. So we'll see exactly what he's going to go on. So we'll see how much he's going to be pushing on this evening. We've got obviously quite extensive race. Obviously, I wouldn't want to be racing against these guys. These guys are mental. You know, I've raced against some of them in the past, and yes, Adam Morgan is now in the correct livery for this evening. He's in now the ex-Will Hoy and Russell Spence Renault Laguna from '99, and notoriously Russell Spence crashed it at Upton Park during qualifying in '99, and then I think he ran out of budget, which then allowed Will Hoy, the late Will Hoy, to take over the car. So it was run by Arena Motorsport in its heyday. I believe it was actually the ex-Jason Plato chassis from '98 that it was run, I believe. And then I think the Tommy Rustad Laguna that Panos is racing was also an ex-Jason Plato chassis from '97. So there's a lot of history, within them cars. So you can just see the guys just preparing for qualifying. It's going to be tense, especially with Scott Dalby's Nissan Primera currently on screen, with that maximum 110% of ballast. It's probably going to hurt him. It's probably going to try and make him bog down at the start, but hopefully not. But we'll soon find out for this evening. This evening, rather. I forget my words out correctly. But there is going to be some close proximity racing, and now we do have obviously some very close battles at the moment in practice. It seems everyone is going to be out at the moment. I think Nick will be in for the Honda Accord very shortly, but it is going to be very close. So Brian Moncani, the Belgian, currently pushing his way forward in the BMW. Seems to love his racing. He enjoys it. Yeah, I'm sure does everyone else. But it is going to be a night of who's going to win. Obviously, you know, there's going to be a lot of cars pushing on for considerable amount of places, trying to probably lose weight for the next race as of next week. Which will be fascinating to see what these guys are going to do. So we'll go through, we'll just look at some of the cars throughout the evening. So we do have, you know, quite a bit of time yet before the 10-minute qualifying, and then obviously 15 minutes of racing, and it is going to be very close to see exactly what is going to happen. So it seems at the moment, I think Pokovic got a bit of issue with his weight in the Alfa Romeo at the moment, so it seems. So Nick is there in the Honda Accord, sitting in for Darryl this evening. So let us know what you think, guys. Please like and subscribe to Eldar Racing. It would help us out massively, and it would also help me out massively as well. Purely for doing commentary and giving you guys amazing action. I have been doing commentary near enough a year now, so you know I do quite a lot, and it is quite interesting. I do like. See exactly what's going to happen for this evening's British Touring Cars, sponsored by Chell Lawman, so thank you, Chell, for your sponsorship if you're watching. But we're going to see exactly what's going to happen very shortly. It is going to be close between a few of the guys. I think Scott Dalby's going to be pushing quite a bit, and it will be interesting to see what he can do in that Team Dynamics Nissan Primera. Just find out where he is. Currently 12th, but I think the times are near enough matching for where he doesn't really want to be at the moment, but we'll see exactly what is going to happen for this evening's Eldar Sim British Supercars. Just give me a moment, guys, I'm just grabbing a quick drink. So yes guys, we are getting ready for the 10-minute qualifying, and then it will be a 15 lap sprint race. It is going to be probably amazing. We'll see exactly what is going to happen for the sprint race. The sprint race is probably going to be where the most battles are probably going to fan out and potentially push on. These guys are carrying obviously the weight, you know, it's going to be close to see exactly who's going to be pushing away to get into the lead. Obviously, you know, Chris Wheatley, he's on the lowest weight because he wasn't here last week, so he may take quite a bit of advantage going into qualifying and race number 1, it seems. But you know, who knows what the Rocket Cargo Honda Accord is going to do. But we'll soon find out in a couple of moments' time. So obviously, you know, you've got Gareth Morris in the Audi A4 currently going through the top end of the circuit towards the tight and twisty stuff. The tight and twisty stuff here, it will be very close to see exactly what's going to happen for the first race of the night. Obviously, Brunt Hatch provided some great entertainment. We'll just look at Gareth Morris's cream egg helmet at the moment. It suits him. But we do have obviously Damien Black in the Mint Motorsport Vauxhall Cavalier. James and Richard Kay, I believe the two brothers, raced this machine. I think Richard raced it in 95 and I think it was 95, no 96 rather, was when he raced it in period. But yeah, it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. Obviously, you've got quite a few cars this evening that are probably going to be wanting to keep an eye on. Dean Atkinson currently in the barrier, which isn't going to do him any good unless he's just lost a bit of control there. With Brian Mulcahy taking a bit of a penalty. So we'll see exactly. Evening, Nick. Fingers crossed, no more glitches. I hope so, mate. I hope so. It's going to be a bit frustrating, but we'll crack on, mate. We'll crack on. We'll get through it. I'm sure we will. Got every faith. You know I have. But it is going to be fantastic. Got plenty of water and I've had a can of Red Bull, so I'll be ready. I know I'm not endorsing Red Bull before you ask. But it's going to be very fantastic. I can't wait to see exactly how well the racing's going to unfold. It seems. So obviously, as the sprint race starts, you're on super softs, and then obviously, as I say, for the feature race, the 30-lap feature race, you are on the super softs or medium start with, and I think you change over. Roughly lap 15 is where I would say, because obviously it's almost within the 15-minute window. Obviously it will spice it up quite a bit, and who knows exactly what's going to happen between the heavyweighters and the lighters. Obviously the lightest car on the grid is actually Chris Wheatley's under record, so it's going to be fantastic to see how well he gets on making his series debut. Currently but we'll see how he's going to push on in the number 12, but it is going to be maybe touch and go for some of these guys this evening, but we'll soon find out. So it is going to be amazing. Just get some water. So we are ready to go for 10 minutes of qualifying. It is going to seem quite very quick. 10 minutes may seem very quick, is what I'm reckoning. But we'll see exactly what's going to happen. So let's go, and best of luck to everyone for racing. We'll see exactly, as Craig Thomas has a pit glitch by the looks of it. Quite a few of the guys actually, because Gareth Morris and of course Craig Thomas have a pit glitch going out of pit lane, which seems to be a bit of a cause for concern at the moment. Probably are going to have to restart by the looks of it. Could be a restart. So it's probably going to be a restart. So just give us a second, because I think the lobby's going to have to be reset. Right, so let's go again and let's see what's going to happen this time. And you get a glimpse of the Eldar Sim safety car. Obviously we don't use safety car. So I think we're going to be good to go very shortly. For the 10 minutes of qualifying, it seems at the moment we did have a glitch of people crashing into the pit lane wall, which seemed to be a bit crazy for the time being, but we'll see exactly what is going to happen. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen very shortly. Hopefully we should get everyone to go. So we've got roughly a full lobby at the moment. We'll see who's missing at the moment. Yeah, Gareth's just I don't know why I'm doing that. Ignore that. I don't want to take part. As much as I do. See exactly what's going to happen in a moment or two for qualifying, it seems. Just try and make sure everyone is obviously in the lobby. We do have 15 cars according to the stream. Excuse me. So we'll see if everyone gets through. So we're about to start the 10-minute qualifying. I do apologise for any inconvenience, guys. You know, it's just, unfortunately, it's just the way things go at the moment. It's not been easy, but it should be okay. We should be good to go very shortly. So we'll see how many drivers do make it out this time round. It looks like Craig's having issues this time. And he's going to probably have to miss out Lorenzo's Californios. By the looks of it, everyone else out of pit lane. Apart from them two, I believe. So it seems that there's a bit of an issue. So we'll see exactly what is going to happen. So it just seems So we'll see exactly what's going to happen, because it is quite... I believe, obviously, Gareth Morris and Craig Thomas are struggling at the moment to exit pit lane. So, try and figure it out. I believe them two are actually still in. Three or four maybe tops in pit lane still at the moment. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen. Obviously, currently Dean Atkinson leads them away up the rise then towards the back end of the circuit, trying to push on quite a bit. But it seems to be quite as Adam Morgan goes off into the wall there. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen. You've got Dean Atkinson just conceding. I think Adam Morgan's decided to go into pit lane. Dean Atkinson setting the pace. Chris Wheatley goes fastest though with 117.5. Vlad goes fastest with 117.3. Seems that we've got a bit of drivers pushing on. So obviously Brian Moncarney 4th, Lee Fitchie 3rd at the moment. So it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. So at the moment it seems Lee Fletcher currently 6th then, with Brian Moncarney in 5th. Looks like Andy White 3rd fastest at the moment. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen for race number 1, because it seems a few people are missing out. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen. It seems so. Dean Atkinson currently sitting out. Damien Black also doing exactly the same. Gareth Morris and of course Craig Thomas. So at the moment it seems we're probably going to have to set the grid for race number 1. So at the moment Vlad's currently in first place at the moment, with Chris Wheatley 2nd, Andy White into pit lane. It seems Lee Fitzy 4th at the moment. Brian Moncarney still 5th, coming out of pit lane, whether he's just got a fresh pair of shoes on. For obviously when I say shoes I mean tyres. But currently 5th, no Fletcher in pit lane. Pop Motorsport 7th at the moment. God Gift John in 8th, followed by Scott Dalby 9th. Seems to be struggling with that weight. Seems it's going to be a lot of interest. He's got his hazard light on at the moment, so we'll see exactly what's going to happen. Whether he's just pushing on and trying to get used to that tyre, the 110% maximum weight. It seems at the moment it's not hampering his tyres at the moment, like, to see exactly what is going to happen. So we've got 4 minutes and 40 seconds to see exactly what's going to happen. But it seems that Adam Morgan currently still there, as Panos goes at 118.2. Adam Morgan about to cross the line. Spence Renault Guna goes 4th then, so he's still there. He's pushed a few people down, like Lee Fitzy and of course Ron Moncarney at the moment, it seems. So we'll see exactly what's happening. There's a few guys in pit lane just sitting it out, I believe, just for the time. So Pokovic in 9th then for the Alfa Romeo, it seems. So he's going to push on. Scott Dalby still struggling in the Nissan Primera, the Team Dynamics machine, trying to push on. Whether he gets pole position is another thing. Nick's gone at 122.9 at the moment, but he's only just come out of pit lane, so we'll just see exactly what's going to happen. We have 3 minutes and 23 seconds, so we'll see exactly what's going to happen for this evening. So Panos goes at 118.005, which puts him up into 5th in the Tommy Rustad Laguna. So Scott Dalby into, looks like, still 10th at the moment, struggling like mad. Brian Mulcahy still 5th with that 117.9. As some of the guys are really not happy at the moment, but I'm staying out of it. But currently trying to set I'll try to see exactly what's going to happen. But Nick goes at 120.3 at the moment. Maybe struggling at the moment with that weight, or maybe he's just trying to push on. It seems at the moment that we do have quite a few moments. So at the moment Andy White fastest with 117.075. It's a bit interesting to see the Toyota Carina at the moment trying to push on. There he is, currently going through the latter half of the lap, trying to nail them curbs and nail the apexes as well as he does. It seems to be very close between a lot of people within the so obviously it looks like Lawman's deciding, you know, that he will be at the back for race number 1 now, which will be a shame. But Chris Wheatley second then with 1 minute and 12. It just seems there's a lot of people seems to be pushing on. Adam Morgan third, so it's looking likely going to be pushing on. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen with 35 seconds. So we'll see exactly whether any of the other guys So Chris Wheatley still in second, Andy White first, followed by Adam Morgan and Brian Mulcahy. Seems to be a bit action-packed at the moment, it seems. So qualifying has now ended. So Chris Wheatley 117.5 then. So Nick goes at 119.7 and Dean Atkinson with 118.5. do apologise, guys. It's just it's a bit annoying at the moment, trying to figure out who's gone where and such forth. So we'll see exactly what's happened. There's quite a few people now not going to be so Andy White followed by Chris Wheatley and Adam Morgan currently just sitting there. Brian Monkey Carney 4th, Panos 5th, with Lee Fitzy 6th, and Pop Motorsport in 7th, followed by Nate Fletch, Dean Atkinson, Gareth Morris and Scott Dalby in the top 11. So, well, was he top 11? So we'll see exactly what's going to happen for race number 1 of the evening, and the sprint race is going to be amazing. So Andy White starts on pole position. We get the 5 red lights on the starting gantry. They're about to flick to green any moment now, and who's going to get it? Oh, yes. So we need to restart by the sounds of it. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen. I do apologise, guys, we're just in the process of sorting stuff out. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen for the sprint race. It will be very exciting to see exactly what is going to happen. So I do apologise yet again, guys, for any delay. We're just trying to get things sorted. We're going to have to obviously set the grid for race number 1, and then obviously, hopefully, we get the sprint race underway with no issues this time. But hopefully, it should be a good one. I can't wait to see exactly what's going to happen for race number 1. So we'll see exactly what he's going to be ongoing for first race. So it will be Andy White followed by Chris Wheatley, and then obviously Adam Morgan followed by Brian Moncani, and Panos followed by Lee Fitzy, Pokovic, Nate Fletch, Dean Atkinson, and of course Gareth Morris, and then obviously Scott Dalby towards the tail of the field. So we are going to get ready for a 15-lap sprint race. The 5 red lights are about to flip to green. The revs are building, as are my voice, and we are about to be going. And it looks like the weight has actually kind of bogged a few guys down at the start, so that's allowed Chris Wheatley, who's actually technically near enough ballast free to actually nearly lead into turn 1. It looks like there's a lot of cars trying to fight into the tight and twisty bit between turns 1 and 2, but Chris Wheatley leads the way then. Seems a lot of cars trying to push on. Brian McCartney in the BMW drop down to, looks like 7th, maybe 8th, with Pokovic alongside him. Scott Dalby into 10th place then, with Nick Sargent at the back in the Honda Accord at the moment. Probably going to try and push on, make bit of a move there. It seems he's trying to push on, with Chris Wheatley leading the way then to the 2 independent cars, the Honda Accord and Toyota Carina, followed by Adam Morgan, the Fitzy, the Ford Mondeo and the Renault Laguna, currently trying to go side by side into that chicane with Panos and also Dean Atkinson. Almost 4 cars trying to battle under the bridge. They go then through the sweeping. They're going to sweep to the right in a moment or two though, because they're not going down the rise, but it looks like Dean Atkinson trying to push on with Pokovic and of course Nate Fletch. Nate Fletch gets a bit crossed, was it? No, it wasn't, I beg your pardon, it was actually Lee Fitzy in the Ford Mondeo dropping like flies at the moment. It seems that Nick in the Honda Accords trying to push on, with Gareth Morris trying to push that Audi A4 alongside, and Dean Atkinson's also there. Scott Dalby 13th then, the highest of the ballast runners. Brian Moncani in 14th at the moment. We'll see exactly what's going on up the road, because we can just see first place is a battle heating up between Chris Wheatley and a Honda Accord versus Andy White and Toyota Carina It seems Chris Wheatley's getting a bit crossed up slightly, trying to push on. Whether he's got that Honda Accord dialed up correctly, it seems, but on lap 2 out of 15, Adam Morgan there still. Panos in 4th with Popovic, and of course No Fletch, and of course Craig Thomas and No Fletch both in the Renault Laguna Peugeot 406 respectively. No Fletch kicks up the dirt, whether that's a distraction for Craig, but Craig's going to try and push on. He knows his way around here. Looks like No Fletch is going to try and get the pair of them. He actually does. He actually escapes from Craig Thomas, and Popovic gives him a bit of a nudge out, but it seems there's a lot of battles galore going on. It seems it is going to be very close. Damien Black tries to push on with Lee Fitzy and Dean Atkinson. It seems the Nissan's got the legs of that. He actually gets the move done into turn number 1. He actually does that fantastically. Gareth Morrison, Nick Sargent side by side, the Audi versus the Honda versus the Nissan Primera, the Team Dynamics machine. Nick's trying to push that Honda Accord all the way. The Team Dynamics Nissan Primera versus the Audi A4 versus the BMW. For almost 12th, 13th, 14th, he's escaping. We'll see exactly what's going to happen in a moment or two. Lee Fitzy, I think he had a bit of a penalty, I'm not too sure, but he's in 10th place at the moment, and we'll see exactly what's going on. Craig Thomas and Popovic trying to push on, whether Popovic is going to try and push that Alpha all the way and stop that Peugeot 406 from escaping and getting past him, it seems. But at the moment, Craig Thomas is going to be pushing on lap 3 out of 15. Then we're going to go through the sweep into the right hand bend here. Popovic tries to go the long way with Adam Morgan currently under threat. While putting Andy White under threat, he's trying to go for second place into a left-hand bend. He's going to try and make it move on the inside. He'll have the inside line for the next corner, which he does, but takes second place with ease. It looks like Chris Wheatley, the Ballast 3 Honda Accord at the moment, followed by the Laguna of Adam Morgan, followed by the Carina of Andy White. At the moment, it seems the battle for second is a bit of a lively one. The lively one is also the battle for 5th place at the moment between the Laguna of Nate Fletch and the Alpha of Popovic, and of course the Peugeot 406 of Craig Thomas. Craig Thomas goes one way. He's going to try and get the pair of them, is he? Going in towards Mobile Bend. He looks like Nate Fletch runs a bit wide, which allowed Popovic in the Alpha to try and go alongside Craig Thomas. He's also there. The Peugeot gets past the Laguna with ease, but he's got the Laguna right up close and personal. It seems there's been a change for what looks like second place. The Carina of Andy White has got past the Laguna of Adam Morgan. No, it is not British Touring Car star, it is the Welsh namesake as well. So it looks like Popovic is going to try and push on, whether he gets that 406 cleared, whether he gets the Laguna cleared as well. It looks like Craig's on the inside there, going across towards the start finish line. It looks like 69 Peugeot 406 trying to push on and get past that Alfa Romeo. Whether he does or not, he's got the outside line. Nate Fletch is also there. Nate Fletch has got to be careful, because Dean Atkinson in that Vodafone Nissan Primera has got the line sewn up, which he does. Damien Black currently under threat from Lee Fitzy. Nick Sargent in the Honda Accord trying to push on. It seems the Ford Mondeo is in 10th place at the moment. Honda Accord is in 11th with Gareth Morris 12th in the Audi A4. Brian Moncani and Scott Dalby, they're almost having a battle. It seems Scott's having a bit of a issue with that weight. The weight seems to be hampering him quite a bit, but Brian Moncani goes on that attack with the Audi A4. The BMW gets through. It looks like the Nissan Primera is also trying to do the same. You can just see the Team Dynamics machine trying to push on. Whether he does or not, it's going to be fantastic stuff going in towards the latter half of the lap. We're on lap 5 out of 15, so we're not far away from the halfway point of the race, it seems. So it's looking likely there's going to be battles galore going on. Excuse me, Nate Fletch down in 8th, then Craig Thomas with Dean Atkinson and Popovic. It seems the Primera's got the legs of the Alfa Romeo. At the moment, he's going to be pushing on. He's going to be, seems to be very much a close proximity battle, it seems. 406 leads them though, so Craig's trying to get that 406 back up into a bit of a battle. But we'll see exactly what's going to happen. Dean Atkinson tries to push on with a bit of a moment, but you can just see Adam Morgan still on the legs of that Carino as well. We can just see the Welshman trying to make that move onto the Carino. The Laguna has that outside line. He's got to try and take the inside line. Is he going to take the inside line into that tight and twisty chicane? Yes, he does. He gets past the Carino with great ease, kicks up a bit of dirt though. But he's going to have to try and push on because Chris Wheatley in the Honda record is 3.7 seconds on lap number 6, about to start lap number 7. But the battle for second still raging with Adam Morgan and Andy White trying to go side by side. Almost squeezes Adam Morgan into the wall, which has held them both up, which has allowed God Give John in the DC called Laguna, as well as Craig Thomas in the 406. The SO 406, it seems. Up into third, Adam Morgan could be fourth. It seems that the battles now, the weight's now coming into the hand. It looks like there's a massive train of cars now trying to jump on this battle because Craig Thomas is also trying to get past Adam Morgan. Panos is actually up into second. He's actually got that DC called Laguna trying to chase down. He'll have to try and chase down Chris Wheatley, but it looks like Daniels run a bit wide at the back, which is allowed Lee Fitzy, the Ford Mondeo and the Cavalier side by side. Then looks like Lee Fitzy gets that Mondeo squeezed out to get that move done. It looks like Brian Moncani 11th, and obviously Gareth Morris in the Audi and Scott Dalby in the Primera trying to push on. It looks like Nick is going to be pushing on quite a bit, even though he's got a bit of right hand damage at the rear of that Honda Accord at the moment. It seems the battle for second, it could be quite a fantastic battle because the two Lagunas and the Alfred seems to be getting onto the attack. Dean Atkinson and Andy White side by side. It seems it's going to be very close between the pair of them. It seems that the two Lagunas, the independent ones, the Arena and the DC Cup respectively, are going to try and push on away from the 406 of Craig Thomas at the moment. It looks like Andy White gets a bit of a tap. It seems there was a bit of contact. It seems there's a lot of issues. I'm trying to piece it all together if we can. So going into turn number 1 then, what exactly happened there? Because it looked like Andy White was going for a move. He goes across the curb, but then it spats into Craig Thomas, and Craig Thomas gets almost into a bit of a mistake, and it looks like Dean Atkinson gets Pokovic in the quarter of that Alfa Romeo. So that will be probably looked at the stewards with Craig Thomas. Won't be happy. God Give John and Adam Morgan. It looks like Panos Forganis trying to push on away from Adam Morgan at the moment. It looks like the two Lagunas are going to be battling. It looks like Nate Fletch is up to 5th with Lee Fitzy 6th, Pokovic in 7th, with Daniel up into 8th then. So the Alfa versus the Cavalier. Brian Moncani in 9th with Gareth Morris now in 10th with Scott Dalby 11th. Maybe the weight affecting that Primera at the moment. It seems it with Craig Thomas now in 12th place. He is not going to be happy with that contact. That seemed to be a bit nasty. It seemed to be a bit pushing on, but whether Andy White goes to 12th with Craig Thomas going into pit lane and Nick Sargent still pushing on. He's actually now got still that right hand damage on that Honda Accord, so it seems we're on lap 9 out of 15. The battles are still probably fizzling out quite a bit, it seems, but we're going to try and push on. It seems Panos is trying to hold off Adam Morgan at the moment. Both Lagunas trying to emulate exactly what's going to happen for this time. It's going to be very close. I'll tell you what, it's going to be very interesting to see what the stewards are going to have to say after this race, because I think that was a bit naughty. But Panos has had 0.5 of a second penalty. He's got to slow down a bit, but he's got Adam Morgan alongside him. Adam Morgan will take second place. Chris Wheatley is up the road. Dean Atkinson also there in 4th, with Nate Fletch 5th. Lee Fitzy trying to push on. It looks like Pokovic and Daniel trying to get side by side. The Alpha goes a bit wide out of the final turn. That's allowed a lot of things, but anything can happen in this race, it seems. So we're on lap 10 out of 15 with 5 laps to go. Brian Moncani has that BMW on the attack. It seems the BMW is going to be on a massive attack. It seems that we do have a bit of a battle. We'll see what's going on further up the road, but it looks like Dean Atkinson is up into 3rd place then. So it seems there's a lot of battles galore. Gareth Morris currently in 10th with Scott Dalby 11th, Andy White in 12th. Maybe could be a bit of bother with the stewards. Nick Sargent still 13th in the Honda Accord, trying to push that James Thompson mobile up into where he wants to be. Craig Thomas, after a bit of a disaster, probably not going to be the happiest guy in that Peugeot 406 right now. It seems, you know, a lot of action with Chris Wheatley still leading the race. Adam Morgan 2nd, Dean Atkinson currently 3rd, having a comfortable gap of 0.8 of a second, 0.9 now, between himself and Panos Forganis. Seems to be pushing that Laguna up to that Nissan Primera. Nate Fletch currently in the other Renault Laguna, the Alain Manu machine, versus Lee Fitzy's Ford Mondeo. It seems Lee Fitzy's got that Ford Mondeo dialed up. It seems that the weight in that Ford Mondeo may be slightly hampering a bit, but we'll see exactly what's happening. Pokovic still in 7th with Damien Black in obviously 8th. Brian Moncani now 9th at the moment, that BMW, and Scott Dalby's trying to get past the LDA4 of Gareth Morris at the moment. So the Team Dynamics Nissan Primera trying to push on. He's trying to push. He's got all that weight. You can see how much it's hurting, because then the front tyres are slightly degraded than the rears, it seems. But we're on lap 11 out of 15. It seems Andy White in 12th, Nick Sargent still 13th. Craig Thomas is catching him up slowly but surely. But Craig is not going to be happy in that Peugeot. You know, he's going to be absolutely livid. He's going to have to try and push on. He's going to have to push on for, obviously, race number 2 for the 30-lap feature. Whether he gets that Peugeot up into another place, we'll see exactly what's going to happen. But it seems at the moment Panos is going to try and put Dean Atkinson right under pressure. It seems whether Dean has that Primera dialed up. We're on lap 12 out of 15 then, so there's only a couple of laps to go. It seems that Panos is under threat. It seems Nate Fletch has had Lee Fitzy get past him there, so it's going to be a lot. It seems Panos is trying to push on for quite some time, it seems. So Panos tries to emulate a lot of things. It seems to be very close, it seems. But, you know, Andy Boy is down in 12th. It looks like Pokovic has got a tail of cars now. It seems Scott Dalby is trying to struggle. Lee Fitzy at the moment, though, he's under threat from Nate Fletch. Nate Fletch tries to get that Renault Laguna dialed up. He's trying to push on. It looks like there's a lot of battles galore. It seems Pokovic is trying to not allow Damien Black and Brian Moncani, the Cavalier versus the BMW and the Alfa Romeo of Pokovic, trying to push on. Gareth Morris in the LDA4 is also lurking in the background. You can just see the 101 machine just pushing. Scott Dalby's struggling at the moment though with that. It seems Pokovic goes on to that attack, tries to go onto the attack. He pushes Damien Black a bit wide, near enough into the wall. He's got to be careful. I don't know exactly what's going on at the moment, but there seems to be quite a lot of bad taste blood at the moment by the looks of it. Brian Moncani in the BMW. You can just see him, the 3rd car there. Gareth Morris is also trying to launch the attack. It seems to be lap 13 with 2 laps to go. It's going to be probably close. It seems at the moment Pokovic trying to put that Alpha towards the Cavalier, but Brian Moncani, the Belgian, putting the BMW under a lot of strain. You can just see exactly how he's pushing on. He's literally trying to get 8th place. He's trying to get 8th place as well as defend from Gareth Morris in that Audi A4. It seems Pokovic's Alfa tries to almost go off line there, but Brian Moncani has that outside line. He will probably take the inside line, but Gareth Morris in the Audi A4 has the BMW and the Alfa lined up. Is he going to do it before the end of the lap? Scott Dalby runs a bit wide in that Primera, it seems. Just looking at Gareth Morris at the moment, it seems they're both weaving about ahead of him. It looks like Damien Black and Pokovic. Oh, it's a bit naughty. It got a bit nasty. It seems Pokovic slowed it down after hitting Damien Black up the backside, but that's not how it's going to go, because, you know, it's going to be a lot of issues at the moment. So Pokovic trying to push on. Whether he gets that Alfa back where it wants to be. Scott Dalby up into 10th then in the Nissan Primera, the Team Dynamics machine, with Brian Moncani 11th, Andy White 12th, Craig Thomas 13th, and Nick Sargent still with that damage in 14th at the moment. Whether he's just trying to push on and trying to see exactly what's going to happen for race number 2. And obviously Chris Wheatley on the penultimate lap, he's miles ahead. He's not 9.2 of a second from these guys. It seems the unbalanced Honda Accord at the moment. Adam Morgan still in second, and Dean Atkinson third, Panos fourth, Lee Fitzy fifth, and Nate Fletch sixth at the moment. It looks like Pokovic and of course Gareth Morris seems to be the Alfa versus the Audi. The Audi's going to be launching that attack. You can see Brian Moncani and Scott Dalby, they're going to have a bit of a battle. So the Primera versus the BMW. You can just see Gareth Morris there trying to push. It seems that Gareth Morris gets that 8th place from Pokovic at the moment. It seems Pokovic's trying to literally squeeze his way past. It seems he's getting quite a lot of aggression going into that final turn. So on the final lap then, it's going to be a nail-biting finish. It looks like Gareth Morris has that 8th place at the moment. It could be 9th. Brian Moncani and Scott Dalby trying to push on. Oh, Brian Moncani's lost a bit of ground there. Andy White into 11th then. But it's going to be very close between Gareth Morris and of course Pokovic for 8th place at the moment. Try and join that battle if we can in a moment or two, but you know, Chris Wheatley going through the latter half of the race, then he's going to go and take a victory. It seems he's going to have to push on quite a bit, but he's actually going to take obviously almost a lights to flag victory. He's about to go and take a fantastic victory after getting a demon start in the first race. It looks like Adam Morgan second, it will be Dean Atkinson, Panos fourth, and it looks like the battle now, it looks like Gareth has actually gone away from Pokovic with Dean Atkinson third. It looks like Panos fourth, Lee Fitzy fifth, with of course Nate Fletch in sixth, with Damien Black and of course Gareth Morris, Pokovic, Scott Dalby 10th, with Brian Moncani 11th, Andy White 12th, Craig Thomas 13th, and of course Nick Sargent still with that damage, probably just taking it steady, will come home in 14th. I'll tell you what guys, that was a bit of a nail-biting race, but we'll soon find out what the feature race is going to do. But it seems at the moment though, a couple of cars and a couple of drivers are not going to be happy with what has happened, but it is going to be close come the 30th lap. So we'll go through the race results in a moment or two. So the sprint race results then for round number 3 of the BTCC, brought to you by Chell, Lawman, Motorsport for Eldar Racing. Chris Wheatley gets a sprint race victory in the Honda Accord. It seems that Adam Morgan in the Renault Laguna took second, an almighty battle between himself and Panos for second place in that race, but Panos had to persevere with that penalty, taking that penalty, so that allowed the Nissan Primera of Dean Atkinson to take third place. Panos actually finished fourth, with Lee Fitzy in fifth, the Ford Mondeo in fifth place, followed by Nate Fletcher's Renault Laguna, followed by Damien Black's Vauxhall Cavalier. Gareth Morris in the LDA 4 seems to be pushing on quite a bit, with Pokovic in the Alpha in ninth place, followed by Scott Dalby in the Dynamics Primera in 10th, followed by Brian Moncani's BMW, followed by Andy White's Toyota Carina, which may be in the steward's office because of that contact with Craig Thomas in the 406. Craig actually finished 13th in the end, with Nick Sargent's Honda Accord in 14th. Craig Thomas actually gets the fastest lap though, if it's any constellation, with a 117.2 on lap number 11, and it is going to be very close to see exactly what is going to happen for the feature race. And I tell you what, the feature race, bright blue skies, is going to be epic. So I'm just going to grab a quick drink because I feel like my voice is going to be disappearing any moment, but I'll be back in a moment or two. About this, guys. I was just grabbing a good drink purely because I feel like my voice was going to slightly disappear, and you know how it is with commentary, but hopefully we should be good to go. It seems the grid is going to be very close for a lot of the guys. It seems that obviously Craig Thomas wasn't happy with the contact, it seems. We will be seeing exactly what is going to happen. So I think Nick will be starting on pole position for race number 2, which is the 30 lap feature race. It seems it's going to be a bit longer for these guys, it seems. So I think Scott Dalby's going to try and do a start just for so we'll see exactly what's going to happen. So in case you missed it, guys, race 1 was a bit of a thriller, it was a bit of a nail biter. Let's get ready for race number 2. So we won't be long till we get race number 2, the feature race started. It is 30 laps, it seems. That 30 laps could be a long way for quite some time. Some of the guys are actually now starting on the mediums, so it will be interesting to see what the mediums can do, especially if you're this guy, Scott Dalby, carrying 110% of ballast as well. It seems he struggled in race number 1, but race number 2 could be. We'll see exactly what's going to happen, but hopefully there isn't going to be much issues, but we'll soon find out. So it does look like we're going to be in for some fantastic racing. We'll see exactly what's going to happen. Obviously, Craig Thomas's Peugeot 406 looks like it's in pristine condition. He will be starting in 2nd place on the grid for race number 2. So it's going to be very close to see exactly what is going to happen. Vlad's gonna try and race this one. He will be at the back for race number 2. So we're about to start the feature race, it seems. So Nick followed by Craig then. Craig's going to try and get that Peugeot off the line. So Honda versus Peugeot versus Toyota versus BMW and then versus Nissan, and then followed by an Alpha. And then obviously the Audi and the Vauxhall Cavalier. The red lights are about to turn on, so the 5 red lights are about to flick to the 5 green lights in a moment or two. Who's going to get a good start into turn number 1? It looks like the weight has a bit of an advantage. It looks like Scott Dalby has that Nissan Primera dialed up slightly, but it looks like Nerf Fletch, I don't know whether he had a bit of a problem, but it looks like we've already lost Bogdanovich for the 2nd time this evening. So the Vauxhall Vetra seems to be piled on a bit of issues there. So Nick Sargent into 2nd, then there's a lot of cars squabbling at the moment, but that's allowed Andy White's Toyota Carina to get away. Craig Thomas's Peugeot 406, I beg your pardon, up into 3rd then, with Scott Dalby now 4th. He seems to, maybe the medium seems to be working quite well. He's had a bit of contact with Pokovic now, going towards the latter half of the lap. It seems that there's a lot of cars now trying to trade paint. Brian Moncani 7th, Damien Black 8th, with Dean Atkinson 9th. It looks like Panos and Adam Morgan, they're going to have their battle from race number 1. With Chris Wheatley, he's actually still ballast 3. So he's going to try and push his way. He's actually pushed his way up into 11th. Honda Accord there, he's trying to push on. He's trying to actually push on for what would be 10th place. He's got Lee Fitzy and Lee Fletch. Lee Fitzy gets a bit crossed up in that Ford Mondeo. That's allowed the Renault Laguna and Lee Fletch to take 13th at the moment. But we're already on to lap number 2 then, out of 30. It seems there's a lot of pressure. Scott Dalby's down into 5th then. He's trying to push on. It looks like Andy White's trying to escape that Toyota Carina. 2.0 of a second from the Honda Accord of Nick Sargent, followed by Craig Thomas in that Peugeot 406. He seems a bit happier now with this 406, trying to push on. He's actually in that position. Just remember, they are actually still on the weight they started race number 1 and qualifying, so it could be a lot of places gained. Pokovic gets a bit sideways. Excuse me. Gareth Morris and Scott Dalby, they're going to try and battle. There's quite a lot of cars actually pushing the way up. Looks like Panos versus Chris Wheatley versus Adam Morgan and of course Damien Black. It seems Nate Fletch also there with Lee Fitzy also trying to push on. Lee Fletch actually got Dean Atkinson as well. Dean Atkinson's alongside. Dean Atkinson cuts the grass. He's not a lawnmower, but then again he might as well be if he's going to be cutting grass. But it seems like Nate Fletch has got that Renault Laguna trying to launch that. Oh, Nissan Primera. Dean Atkinson gets a bit crossed up, which is allowed Vauxhall Cavalier of Damien Black to get back. Panos and Chris Wheatley side by side into turn number 1. This could be where the battles could change, the tide could change as well. It seems at the moment, Brian Moncani and Gareth Morris, the BMW and Audi, both German manufacturers of course, trying to push on, trying to exactly try and do what they did in race number 1. It seems Panos in the Laguna versus Chris Wheatley's Honda Accord. It seems the independent run cars seems to be pushing quite a bit. Panos goes a bit wide. That's allowed Chris Wheatley. Just remember, Chris Wheatley's actually running almost the lightest car, so he's actually probably going to emulate exactly what he did in race number 1. He's got Brian Moncani ahead of him. Looks like Gareth Morris though. Gareth Morris putting Scott Dalby under considerable amount of pressure. It seems the Nissan Primera is trying to escape from that Audi A4 for the time being. We'll see exactly what's going on the road. It looks like Craig Thomas has got that Peugeot 406, trying to get past Nick Sargent's Honda Accord, it seems, but the Peugeot has to pull that Honda in. It seems the Honda has the advantage slightly, but we're going to go into this battle. There's actually a train of essentially 5 cars, but Chris Wheatley on the inside of Brian Moncani, but Brian Moncani shuts the door roughly. Panos gets alongside Chris Wheatley. Seems to be a bit of a battle and probably going to be pushing about enough. It's got Adam Morgan also there, but Scott Dalby's slowing the guys down. It seems the Nissan Primera, the Team Dynamics one, seems to be pushing. He's got an indicator on, but is he trying to allow Gareth Morris past? He actually allowed Gareth to get that place. Seems the Audi's got past it and had a bit of a squirm. It seems Scott Dalby's struggling with that 110%, whether it's just hurting him in the early stages. Brian Moncani in 7th then, with Chris Wheatley now right behind him. So the BMW and Honda versus the Nissan. Adam Morgan runs that Laguna a bit wide. Panos in the Laguna trying to get up there as well, it seems. Scott Dalby, Chris Wheatley is also there. Brian Moncani goes a bit deep into turn 1. Chris Wheatley actually gives him a bit of a nerf, which is probably not the easiest. So that's cost Brian Moncani a lot of positions there. He's actually now down in 14th. That is probably going to be looked at after the race. It looks like Chris Wheatley, bit of a push there, but that's allowed, obviously. Chris Wheatley's lost a lot of positions. That he's actually dropped down to 10th place after that, it seems. So Scott Dalby in the Primera still 6th place, trying to chase after Gareth Morris's Audi. It seems at the moment, the Audi A4 versus the Nissan Primera. Pokovic in the Alfa trying to still push on. Looking at Craig Thomas then, he's actually trying to chase after the Honda Accord. Obviously, just remember, Craig's actually in the Peugeot, trying to actually emulate quite a lot of things. He's obviously trying to push that Peugeot all the way. He's on lap 5. He's not got long until the pit lane window may open, it seems. But is he going to get that Honda into the last turn? Maybe not, maybe he is. He may sight up a move into turn number 1, but that's allowed Andy White to have a 4.2 of a gap in that Toyota Carina, still setting the fastest lap. It seems there's still a long way to go in this race. We're not even halfway through yet. but it is going to be fantastic. Pokovic in fourth, followed by Gareth Morris, Scott Dalby with Adam Morgan. Then the two independent cars trying to push, and it looks like Chris Wheatley and Panos with Lee Fitzy also there, and of course Dean Atkinson. There's a lot of cars gaggling for pace and trying to put the hammer down, because it seems Lee Fitzy is trying to push on. He's trying to push on and get to Panos. Panos has got past Chris Wheatley though. Chris Wheatley trying to escape now from Panos. It seems Panos is also there for potentially 9th place. Is he going to get it? He's almost alongside Panos at the moment, it seems. Before Mondeo seems to try and get past that Laguna, and then obviously Laguna and Nissan battle behind. It seems Dean Atkinson in 11th at the moment, with Nate Fletch 12th, Damien Black in the Vauxhall Cavaliers 13th, and Brian Moncani sadly at the moment 14th in the BMW. It seems Craig's got that. Oh, he's got a bit loose. He got a bit loose in front of Nick. Nick's probably hard skipped a beat because that Peugeot got a bit sideways. So the Honda driver trying to now push back onto that Peugeot 406's back bumper. It seems there's going to be a lot of battles galore. You've got the Alfa still in 4th, then the Audi A4 in 5th, followed by the Laguna and Nissan Primera 6th and 7th. It looks like Scott Dalby's weight, don't mean his weight personally, but the weight, the 110% of that Primera seems to be hampering him quite a bit at the moment. It seems Chris Wheatley in 8th, Lee Fitzy now 9th. It looks like Dean Atkinson's trying to hold off Nate Fletch for 11th place at the moment. They both run a bit wide out of that sector there, but looks like Lee Fitzy has got Panos there. Nate Fletch is almost trying to push on, going into Mobile Turn for the 7th time. Then it seems you've got Damien Black still 13th with Brian Moncani, but it seems that, you know, Craig's got that Peugeot dialed up how he wants it now. Whether that's just exactly how he wanted race 1 to go, it seems the battles are raging on. We've got the battle between Adam Morgan's Laguna versus the A4 versus the Primera, but the Primera's under attack from the Accord of Chris Wheatley going into the final turn. Scott gets that move. He tries to cut back into alongside Chris Wheatley. Chris Wheatley's not going to like that, but Scott Dalby's Nissan Primera seems to be having a bit of issues at the moment. It seems there's going to be a three-way tussle going into turn number 1. Is it? No, it isn't, because Lee Fitzy has that line covered. The Ford Mondeo versus Laguna versus the Primera versus the other Laguna of Nate Fletch at the moment. So it seems there is a lot of battles going on, but we'll see exactly what's going to happen. Nate Fletch is also lurking. He wants to get more places, but you can just see that train of cars there. Gareth Morris also, Chris Wheatley, the Honda Accord and the Audi versus the Nissan Primera, Scott Dalby. He's going to try and push on. It seems there is a lot of battles now. Lee Fitzy in the Ford Mondeo though, however, hanging on for 9th place at the moment, with Godgift John's Renault Laguna and Dean Atkinson's Nissan Primera. It seems there's going to be some sort of battles galore. Chris Wheatley up into 6th then, with Adam Morgan now still 5th, Pokovic in the Alfa still 4th, Nick still 3rd in that Honda Accord at the moment, with Craig Thomas's Peugeot and Andy White's Toyota Carina still leading the way. Then it seems there's going to be a bit of battles galore. It seems Gareth Morris is escaping, Scott Dalby in 8th then, with it looks like Lee Fitzy. Oh, there's a bit of contact between himself and Panos. It seems. Oh, Panos is almost driving into the side of him. So the Laguna and the Ford Mondeo have lost out to the Primera and the other Laguna, Nate Fletch at the moment. Lee Fitzy in 11th, Panos in currently 12th then. So the Mondeo versus the Laguna, and obviously Damien in the Cavalier, and obviously Brian Moncani's BMW at the tail of the field at the moment. Though it seems the pit window will be opening sometime in around probably 3 minutes time, but it seems to be pushing with Adam Morgan still in 5th place in that Arena Motorsport. Renault Laguna, it seems, with Chris Wheatley in 6th place in the Rocket Cargo Honda Accord, trying to push on, trying to get past his fellow countryman Adam Morgan at the moment, and with Nick's gone into pit lane, and whether that's just exactly how it's going to be panned out, unless he's just made an unscheduled pit stop, but he's lost a bit of ground though. Scott Dalby 7th, trying to chase after Gareth Morris's Audi A4, the Nissan Primera, the Team Dynamics machine, trying to push with obviously Dean Atkinson's Primera behind, so the Works Primera versus the Independent Primera. They Fletcher's Laguna versus Lee Fitzy and Panos trying to get that Renault Laguna, the DC Cut Laguna, past that Ford Mondeo. It seems that they're going to be pushing on quite a bit, but it seems a bit push and go in this feature race. We're on lap 10 out of 30, so we've got 20 laps to go. It seems the crowd and the spectators are really enjoying the racing so far. So you've got the Cavalier versus the BMW and the Honda Accord. The Honda Accord now probably had a bit of damage, and maybe he just had to pit. It just seems that Nick's going to have to push on. Whether he's struggling at the moment, I'm not too sure, but we know what Nick's like. Nick likes to race. We know that. Craig's still in 2nd place in that Peugeot 406, with Chris Wheatley up into 3rd now in the Rocket Cargo Honda Accord. It seems Bokovic in that Alpha 155 trying to push on. He's got the Laguna, the Arena Motorsport Laguna of Adam Morgan behind, so he's in a Welsh sandwich at the moment. It must taste really bitter and horrible being in a Welsh sandwich, but you know, it seems that the Welsh lads are trying to put on a very good show this evening. It seems Gareth Morris also there in the Audi A4, so the Welsh contingent 2nd, 3rd, 5th and 4th, and currently almost make that 5th, because Pokovic is has got Adam Morgan there. Adam Morgan trying to push that Arena Motorsport Laguna away from the Alpha, but he's got to try and do it. We'll see exactly what's going to happen. Seeing Pokovic tries to have a bit of a long-sided nose to tail, but it's also got Dean Atkinson 8th, with Dean Atkinson 7th. I do apologise, with Scott Dalby in 10th. It seems, and it looks like the guys are on almost at the time of crucial times of pit stop, so I do apologise. I thought it was going to be almost onto lap 15, but it's actually onto 15 minutes, so it's going to be very close to see exactly what happens. So Craig Thomas now inherits the race lead, then Adam Morgan tries to escape from Pokovic's Alpha. It seems the Audi versus the Nissan. It seems the Nissans are trying to push on. Nate Fletcher's Laguna also there. It seems Panos' Laguna, the independent one, the DC Cup machine. Andy White's Carina now 10th, with Lee Fitzy's Ford Mondeo 11th, Brian Moncani 12th in that BMW, Nick Sargent 13th at the moment, and it looks like Daniel's Vauxhall Cavalier 14th at the moment. So Craig Thomas Peugeot 406 leading away from Chris Wheatley in the Rocket Cargo Honda Accord. You can just see the Arena Motorsport Laguna, so the Welsh contingents, Welsh lads currently 1, 2, 3 at the moment, if anything happened in the race, but at the moment Pokovic trying to push that the Serbian Alfa Romeo driver, trying to push on up into a podium position at the moment, but we've still got a long way to go. Gareth Morris in the Audi A4 5th, then it seems the battle between Scott Dalby and Lee Fletch, that's going to be a battle for the ones to watch at the moment. And as we go in towards a lot of battles galore between these guys, it seems Lee Fletcher's got that Laguna dialed up. We're on to lap 13 out of 30. We're going to be probably heading in for some more pit stops very shortly. It seems the guys are going to try and push on. Lee Fitzy there in 11th, Andy White currently trying to chase down Panos' Laguna in that Toyota Carina. It it seems Brian Moncani 12th, with obviously Nick trying to chase him in that Honda record. The BMW seems to have the length at the moment. Nick runs that Honda record a bit wide across the curves then, with Daniel still 14th at the moment, still trying to push on, with Craig still leading the race. Then it seems there's a battle between Nathan and Scott Dalby. Scott Dalby's got that Laguna chasing that Laguna, should I say, with obviously Dave Fletcher's Laguna trying to push. He's got Andy White and of course Panos behind. So Scott Dalby's going to try and go for the move. He thinks about it. Nate Fletcher actually closes the door. Scott Dalby's Nissan Primera, he's got a bit loose. He's got a bit loose out of the final turn. Is that because it's a sign of the weight on tyre wear? Kind of now put into a factor. He's got Panos Forganis right behind him in the arena. The DC Cup Laguna gets that 9th place from Scott Dalby. Scott Dalby's probably going backwards at the moment, probably thinking, what have I got to do to get rid of this 110% weight? It seems that Lee Fitzy trying to push on in 11th at the moment. Brian Moncani in 12th, then Nick still in 13th, and Daniel at 14th. Craig Thomas then pushing that Peugeot 406, then the green and gold machine trying to push on. Chris Wheatley and of course Adam Morgan, but Pokovic has got to be careful because Dean Atkinson and of course Gareth Morris, these two have raced each other previously as well. They've probably raced against each other, but Dean Atkinson in that Vodafone Primera seems to be pushing away from that Audi A4 of Gareth Morris at the moment. It seems that there's going to be battles galore. It seems that, you know, Pokovic's got that Alpha a bit crossed up going out the final turn. Is it going to be close? It looks like Nate Fletcher has that slide on in the Laguna. Is that allowed Andy White to have that gap? Has it? Doesn't seem it, but was that Andy White going off, or was that a bit of contact between Nate Fletcher? We'll try and find out, try and piece that together, because that seemed to be a bit of a momentum there. So we'll see exactly what happens. It looks like Nate Fletcher tries to go, but he gives him a bit of a late brake move into turn number 1 then, by the looks of it. So that's dropped Nate Fletcher down into 13th then, with Daniel down in 14th at the moment. Andy White with that penalty after hitting the wall. He's not going to like that. He's also got damage on the front and on the rear, so he's going to be damage limitation. It looks like at the moment Lee Fitzy and Scott Dalby, they're going to be battling the Nissan Primera, the Dynamics versus the Ford Mondeo. It seems the Ford Mondeo has that legs of that Primera. Whether he gets past this time round, we're on lap 15 out of 30, so halfway through the race. Then it seems to be a long and cautious race. We'll see exactly what's going to happen. Maybe they'll go in, maybe Scott will go into the pits, maybe Adam Morgan goes in, so that'll be very interesting to see what happens. So that's pushed a few guys back up into where they think they should be between now and then. Oh, it looks like Pokovic gets that Alpha crossed up. You can just see the tyres are starting to wear. He's trying to chase down that Nissan Primera of Dean Atkinson with Gareth Morris's Audi A4 almost on the nose to tail. It seems a lot, but this is where it could hurt, because some of the guys will be going onto the tyres they want to get on. Craig's going to have to go onto the super softs. He's got that Peugeot dialed up at the moment, but he knows he's going to have to do a compulsory pit stop. Dean Atkinson still there, third at the moment. Pokovic still in, obviously, fourth place, with Gareth Morris chasing him down. That Audi A4 seems to be handling quite well at the moment. Seems to be very personal. The 101 machine tries to get the move into the last turn, tries to get the move closed in, but it looks like Pokovic is probably going to push on for another lap. It seems Panos still in 6th, with Scott Dalby now trying to push that Nissan. He's trying to push the Nissan away from the Ford Mondeo. It seems the Ford Mondeo has a bit of a legs going into the first turn. He's got the move done. Lee Fitzy has the move done. It seems like Scott's struggling with them tyres. It seems to be wearing a lot more than he thinks it's going to wear because of the weight, the 110% ballast for probably being championship leader, with Nick Sargent in 10th, Brian Moncani 9th at the moment. It seems Dave Fletch trying to push that Laguna on if he can. Obviously Daniel 12th with Adam Morgan 13th and Andy White at the moment in 14th then. So it seems the Toyota in 14th at the moment, still struggling. So Craig Thomas brings that Peugeot 406 into the last turn. Is he going to push on for another lap? Yes, he is. Chris Wheatley will be diving into pit lane then to take his compulsory pit stop on lap 17. Dean Atkinson there still in third place. He gets a bit loosey-goosey going out of the final turn. That's allowed Pokovic, not even close though, but it's allowed Pokovic to be under threat from Gareth Morris though. And Gareth Morris will have a bit of a challenge to get past that Alfa Romeo. Oh, there's a bit of a... Was that a bit of a knock into the side of the Alfa? Obviously the Audi has a bit of a moment though, but Panos' Renault Laguna still in 5th place with Lee Fitzy's Ford Mondeo seems to be pushing on. Scott Dalby still in 7th in that Primera, trying to push on. It's going to be hurting him. It looks like Chris Wheatley back out into 8th place then, ahead of Nick Sargent at the moment. So both Hondas, the independent Honda versus the Works Honda, seems to be pushing quite a bit. It seems Chris Wheatley is the lightest of the two cars, and it seems there's going to be a lot of battles galore going towards the end of the race. Nate Fletch in that Renault Laguna still in 10th place then, with obviously Daniel in 11th, Adam Morgan 11th, Brian Moncani 13th with Andy White in 14th. Looks like Brian Moncani's BMW is going to be caught by that Toyota Carina going into the latter half of the lap. It seems Craig Thomas is still eking out the advantage, so Craig has that advantage with Dean Atkinson getting a bit into pit lane. It looks like Pokovic and of course Gareth Morris, they're going to rage on their battle, with not only Panos Forganis also joining. Oh, Gareth's gone off at turn number 1. Was that a bit of a late brake move? We'll soon find out. So he's going down the hill then, trying to put pressure on that Alfa, it seems. So going into turn number 1, trying to find out, was it just, oh, it was just a bit of a late break from Pokovic going into turn number 1, which is also allowed Godgift John to get that Laguna alongside the Alfa. The Alfa pushes him out to dry slightly. They're almost side by side. It seems the Serbian versus the Greek driver. It seems the Renault Laguna versus the Alfa. The Alfa's going to be pushing quite a bit on. Is he going to try and get back, or is he going to be pitting? It's going to be very interesting. We've got the independent Honda Accord then, Chris Wheatley in 5th, Gareth Morris's Audi A4 currently pushing on. It looks like Scott Dalby and Nick Sargent, the Honda of James Thompson as it would be if it was a British touring car driver, versus Matt Neal's Nissan Primera. But it's actually Nick Sargent versus Scott Dalby at the moment. It seems Nick's got that move absolutely nailed into the final turn, which Pokovic gets that Alfa into pit lane then, which has allowed Panos back into 2nd. Lee Fitzy 3rd at the moment for Mondeo. That's allowing Craig Thomas, the Peugeot 406 driver, still trying to push on with 10 laps to go in this race, it seems. So Lee Fitzy in 3rd place, followed by Chris Wheatley 4th, then Gareth Morris 5th. Nick Sargent now up into 6th. Whether he's going to try and push on that Honda Accord seems to try and push up to the Audi A4, just try and figure out the strategy, just trying to push to the end. Scott Dalby, you can see how much this weight, the 110% weight, is hurting. It seems to be that Scott Dalby's going to try and push on. Daniel's there trying to push on Dean Atkinson and Adam Morgan. Craig Thomas is jumped into pit lane. Is that going to be very good? Is that going to play to advantage? Or is it going to allow Panos to try and get there? Lee Fitzy is also around, it seems. Chris Wheatley has got the legs, it seems, but has that. Oh, Craig Thomas, what about this, guys? He's actually leapfrogged Chris Wheatley going into turn number 1. What a stellar stop from the Peugeot team. It seems that Peugeot is now going to be pushing on with 9 laps to go. Nick Sargent, Nick's got crossed up. The Honda gets a bit crossed up into turn number 1 with Damien Black alongside the Cavalier, trying to pull alongside Nick Sargent, but the Honda seems to push. He's got to be careful because Daniel's going to get him. I believe you me, this feature race has been quite exciting so far. Dean Atkinson currently in 5th place, Adam Morgan in 6th, with Pokovic in 7th, Brian Moncani 8th, Panos in 9th, with Lee Fitzy in 10th, followed by Andy White 11th, Dave Fletch 12th, and Gareth Morris 11th, and Scott Dalby with half a tank of fuel in 14th at the moment. But that's allowed Craig Thomas's pit stop has allowed him to get back out in front from Chris Wheatley. Chris Wheatley with almost the lightest car, currently second. It's 4.6 seconds from Craig Thomas at the moment. Daniel's got in, they both caught it fine slightly, so that's allowed. Nick's gone into pit lane, whether that's because he had damage previously, but that's allowed Adam Morgan and Dean Atkinson to have a bit of a battle for 3rd and 4th. This is turning into an absolute epic feature race with only 8 laps to go, it seems, at the moment. So Dean Atkinson trying to push on that Primera up to the Laguna of Adam Morgan at the moment. It looks like the Honda Accord of Chris Wheatley. He's going to try and push on. Craig Thomas is already out through Mobile in that Peugeot 406, the SO Ultron, the green and gold machine. It seems the battles are galore. Pokovic in 5th, then Panos in 6th, with Brian Moncani 7th, with Nick Sargent and Lee Fitzy. Lee Fitzy has the legs of that Honda Accord chasing him down. That Ford Mondeo seems to be working very well because Nick is currently on cold tyres, so that's going to be hampering quite a bit. Andy White in 10th, followed by Nate Fletch in 11th, then followed by Gareth Morris and Scott Dalby with Damien Black. Is he at to pit? Yeah, he's pitted. So he's down in 14th at the moment. It seems Craig Thomas then gets the fastest lap of the race so far with a 1:17.4, and it's going to be very close with 6 laps to go. It's going to be very close. Is it almost? No, 7 laps, I beg your pardon. 7 laps to go. Chris Wheatley there, Adam Morgan holding off Dean Atkinson. Dean Atkinson seems to have a bit of pressure applied to that Renault Laguna. Seems Pokovic versus Panos, and now obviously Brian Moncani and of course Nick Sargent still pushing on. He's got that Honda Accord into where he wants to be at the moment. Whether he's pushing, it seems. But Lee Fitzy's got the Ford Mondeo chasing that Honda Accord down. He's got the BMW as well to try and catch up to as well if he can. Nate Fletch is under threat from Andy White. The Carina versus the Laguna. There wasn't a bit of a contact, a bit of a slide though, but that's allowed Andy White to try and catch back up. Scott Dalby, however, tries to catch up to Gareth Morris's Audi A4 with Damien Black. His Cavalier trying to push on in 14th at the moment. So it seems there's quite a few battles galore. Lee Fitzy trying to get that Honda Accord onto the attack, then onto the attack into the final corner, trying to start and tick off another lap with 6 laps to go. This is where it could be tooth and nail. Just hold on to your hats, ladies and gents, because you don't want to miss the last 6 laps. It looks like Panos and Pokovic, the Laguna versus the Alpha. It seems the BMW also trying to slowly but surely get there. It looks like the Primera and Laguna, they're still trying to chase places. Looks like Craig Thomas has that Peugeot 406 dialed up. It seems to be working very well now after a bit of an incident in race number 1. Chris Wheatley's Honda Accord though still in second. The Laguna versus the Primera. Adam Morgan, he's not British touring car star, he is the Welsh namesake. With Dean Atkinson's Nissan Primera trying to push his way past that Arena Motorsport Renault Laguna of Adam Morgan. Adam Morgan thinks about it. It seems going into Hancock for the 24th time with 5 laps to go after this. This could be tooth and nail. Pokovic also trying to get past Godgift John's Renault Laguna. Lee Fitzie's got a 5/10 penalty, so that's going to hamper him trying to get past Nick Sargent's Honda Accord. It seems Lee Fitzie knows with the penalties he is going to have to take that, but that is going to hurt him for quite a bit, because he's not only, he's got Brian Moncani and Nate Fletch side by side. The Laguna versus the BMW. The BMW may have the outside line, he has the inside line though. Nate Fletch has the inside line for turn number 2, but Brian Moncani's going to try and push that BMW back onto the outside. It looks like they're almost going to be nose to tail with 5 laps to go between the pair of them. It seems the Laguna versus the BMW. It seems Gareth Morris's Audi A4 seems to be struggling quite a bit. Andy White's Toyota Carina versus Daniel's Vauxhall Cavalier though, 12th and 13th, and Scott Dalby looking at what's going on with that 110% team dynamics. Nissan Primera at the moment. Andy White gets a bit loose out of Mobile, whether he gets back onto the back of Daniel for that 12th place. It seems Gareth Morris trying to chase down Brian Moncani's BMW, so the BMW versus Audi versus Laguna. It seems the Ford Mondeo is pushing on with Nick Sargent's Honda Accord then trying to push on to get 6th place from Pokovic in the Alpha. Panos is 5th in the Laguna. Dean Atkinson and of course Adam Morgan. The Laguna versus the Primera. This battle isn't going away either. This battle between the pair of them, they probably know each other quite well. They've raced against each other. They seem to be pushing. It seems at the moment that Dean Atkinson wants that Laguna dispatched out of his way, but it's not going to happen because Adam Morgan, every time Dean wants to put the car, Adam puts that Laguna straight where he wants it, because he's trying to make it hard for the Nissan Primera driver. Chris Wheatley's still in second, 9.5 seconds from Craig Thomas's Peugeot 406. Craig, he's about to start another lap. He's about to be 3 laps from home. Whether it's going to be a first win for Peugeot or whether Chris Wheatley will catch up to him, but the battle is still raging on for 3rd and 4th at the moment between Adam Morgan and of course Dean Atkinson. The weight seems to be maybe on these guys at the moment, but Adam Morgan has that Renault Laguna away from the Nissan Primera. At the moment it seems Panos and Pokovic, but it seems at the moment Nick Sargent's Honda Accord could be under threat from Lee Fitzie's Ford Mondeo going into turn number 1. It seems with just a handful of laps, Lee Fitzie gets that move done. Nick's going to try and go on the outside line, slides it slightly, but whether that's just the way it goes, and it seems to be pushing on the BMW up into 9th then with Nate Fletch and Gareth Morris. Laguna versus the Audi. The Audi's trying to push on. It seems that Scott Dalby in 13th at the moment in that Team Dynamics Primera, with the Carina of Andy White in 14th at the moment. It seems to be battles galore going on. We'll see exactly what's going to happen. It seems that Lee Fitzie's trying to chase after Pokovic. He's only 1.1 of a second. He's bringing that gap down considerably. Whether Pokovic's Alpha's struggling on them racing super softs at the moment. He runs wide. Oh, he's run a bit wide. He got into the barrier. That's allowed Lee Fitzie to get that Ford Mondeo, the rapid fit Mondeo alongside the Alpha. But there's only 2 laps, well maybe 3 laps to go in this feature race here at Largo. It seems it's going to be amazing. The scenes, can you imagine the scenes? It looks like There's going to be a three-car battle. Pokovic gets a bit into the door of Lee Fitzy. Pokovic's got to be careful because he's got Lee Fitzy, the Alpha driver's got to hold on for dear life. Lee Fitzy's Ford Mondeo's trying to push past that Alpha. Nick Sargent's Honda Accord is also there. It seems this battle could end in tears between Pokovic and Lee Fitzy if we're not careful. Lee Fitzy's got past Pokovic, but Pokovic's on the inside going towards Mobile. Nick Sargent's also there, but Nick's gotta be careful. This could be a fantastic battle for 6th place. We'll see exactly what's happening. But Dean Atkinson and of course Adam Morgan, these two have not left each other alone. It's almost like a fantastic battle, which it is, don't get me wrong. Adam Morgan then 0.4 from Dean Atkinson at the moment, but Craig Thomas onto the penultimate lap in that Peugeot 406. He will be absolutely happy if he gets a first win of the season after race 1's antics. And Chris Wheatley second. Adam Morgan will push on, he's trying to push on, trying to escape from Dean Atkinson at the moment. It seems the Welsh boys will get a 1-2-3. Panos still in 5th. Lee Fitzy is in 6th, currently with Pokovic, but he's got Nick Sargent right behind him. Nick's got that Honda dialed up. The Alpha's going to try and push on. The Alpha's going to try and push away. Lee Fitzy's Ford Mondeo now has that legs. It looks like Gareth Morris has got past Nate Fletch for 10th. Daniel currently 11th, trying to get that Laguna dispatched. Scott Dalby in 12th with Andy White 13th. Brian Moncani, oh, he's had a bit of damage. Craig Thomas, he's got one more lap to go. He's got to be careful. He's almost on fumes, but he's got one lap to go. He will do it, I'm sure he will. It looks like Dean Atkinson though, looking at what Dean's trying to do. He's trying to get up with Adam Morgan. Adam Morgan has that Arena Motorsport Laguna on top form at the moment. It seems Panos 5th rather. Lee Fitzy in 6th. Nick up in 7th then, almost out of fuel as well. Pokovic in 8th with Gareth Morris 9th. Nate Fletch and of course Daniel currently 10th and 11th, but Daniel closes the door on that Laguna, going across the start finish line to start the last lap of the race then. It seems Nate Fletch almost alongside. He has the inside. He has the inside for turn number 1. He's got to be careful because Daniel's going to try and launch that Cavalier back up into 10th place. Scott Dalby 11th, 12th, Andy White 13th, and I'll tell you what, it is going to be very close. I'll tell you what on earth is going to happen? But I'll tell you what, Craig Thomas, the Peugeot 406 driver, is going to be on the limit. He's going to be happy. He's going to come and take a well-deserved victory after shades of race 1. He's going to be happy. The Peugeot takes a race win. And I'll tell you what, Chris Wheatley comes home in 2nd. Brian Moncani's at the 14th. Chris Wheatley, the end of ballast 3. Honda Accord will be in. Oh, Dean Atkinson's pipped Adam Morgan to the 3rd place. He's broken the Welsh podium. Adam Morgan will have to settle for 4th. Panos in 5th, and Lee Fitzy coming home in 6th. It seems there's going to be a lot of battles going on later on. Lee Fitzy in 6th, and Nick in 7th with Pokovic, and Gareth Morris has actually got Pokovic. So the Audi leads the Alpha, Nate Fletch leads the Cavalier of Daniel along the line. Scott Dalby, a bit of a disappointment evening for him, I believe, with that 110% weight. And Andy White in 13th. That will probably cost him a bit of time because he didn't serve his penalty. So that Brian Moncani 14th. Oh my goodness, what have we seen? But Craig Thomas will be happy with the victory in race number 2 in the feature race for the Peugeot team. He will be ecstatic. It is going to be close. I'll tell you what, I will get the race results before we do anything. This is where it is going to be epic. So then, let's get the feature race results from Largo, and I'll tell you what, it has been an epic race. Craig Thomas takes a well-deserved victory from Chris Wheatley, followed by Dean Atkinson gets Adam Morgan. And it's not a Welsh 1-2-3 like it was anticipated for near enough the whole race. Panos comes home in 5th with Lee Fitzy in 6th, with Nick Sargent 7th, Gareth Morris' Audi A4 in 8th, followed by Pokovic Alpha in 9th, followed by Nate Fletch in 10th, Damien Black's Vauxhall Cavalier in 11th, Scott Dalby's Nissan Primera slightly struggled this evening in 12th place, with Andy White's Toyota Carina in 13th, and Brian Moncani's BMW. Unfortunately, a lap down, I think he had a bit of an issue with the car, and obviously Vlad did not make the start, and it seems to be a bit of a sore subject for the Vauxhall driver this evening. But Craig Thomas gets the fastest lap yet again in race number 2. On lap number 22, he did a 1:17.462. I'll tell you what an absolute epic race. I'll tell you what, it's going to be very close going into the next rounds 5 and 6 of the championship. You do not want to miss it. It is going to be amazing. I can't wait to see exactly what is going to happen for that. And hello Malk, welcome. I think my voice is nearly enough broken now, but boy, that was absolutely fantastic. But I cannot wait to see exactly what is going to happen next week. I can't even remember where we are next week, but it is going to be fantastic. If it's anything like the first 2 races, it's going to be amazing. I can't wait to see exactly what is going to happen. So until next week, guys, you will be seeing the Chell Lawman British Touring Car Championship, and you'll still have the legendary hoppers in the comms box on Friday for the World Supercars at, I believe we're at Yagama, I believe, the one of the Japanese tracks. But it is going to be absolutely epic. So until next week, guys, take care, have a good week, and I'll see you then for rounds 5 and 6 of the Chell Lawman British Touring Car Championship, brought to you by Eldar Sim Racing. Take care, guys. Ta-ra.